8. Oh, maybe I wasn't in there before. Sorry, everyone. What a odd start to this. Good evening, everyone. It's 8 o'clock on Tuesday. All right. What is it? November 12th? 12th. And we're back on the live stream with me and Cirilla, who is already on camera. I just got to pull the starting soon off, and then you'll be able to see probably her butt if she doesn't move. Cat butt. Oh, almost. How you doing, Cirilla? And hello, everyone. Yeah, I'm back for another live stream. I have, as the image went up before, and I'll just put it up right now. All right, I have a holiday art sale going. This is the first time I'm trying something like this out. Offering a lot of my pieces for 30% off, right? A lot of artworks that I've been taking around to the shows that I haven't sold. And a couple of things that I haven't, I don't really bring my acrylic paintings around with me too much. But those are available too. Anyway, yeah, you can follow me over on Instagram or Facebook to see that. All of the artworks are posted. The only thing that hasn't posted yet are the small pieces, because except for the Oogie Boogie on Steph's live stream, Steph Wilson, I have not sold. Oh, Cirilla really thinks I'm talking to her. I have not sold any of the small pieces that I've done. So I was just trying to write this out so I can show it somewhere. Oh my God, Cirilla. So anyway, yeah, I'll be working on something new today. Maybe something old. I don't know. It might be kind of a rehash, but that's okay. Anyway, let's bring up the proper setup. Oops, wrong one. There we go. Okay, so Cirilla's already knocked this out askew a little bit. But anyway, yeah. These small pieces I've been doing for about 75 each. So they were 75 this week only until the end of the day on Monday, right? You will be able to get them for $52.50 each, all right? Not including any shipping costs. That is part of the 30% deal. So yeah, just to re-go through these, you did have the mermaid, you had the Jason, which I worked on last week, you had my humorous Glenda the Witch piece, and my Plague Doctor, female Plague Doctor piece. So yeah, those are all, I should have got that somewhere in there. Only because for the live stream during this holiday sale, I will have those available at the $52.50 price instead. So anyway, all right, Cirilla, you're gonna get down so that I can do this. I do have to take this off. I was working on a witch piece, which I forgot was there, and it hasn't been finished because I didn't get to all the pieces that I wanted to do for Salem and Halloween. All right, really. Can't pull this off if you're... Do I have two of them? No, it's one piece. All right, really. What's up? Careful, taking out a knife. Okay, so... let's go. Oh my God. You're playing with fire, cat. This cat does not want me to go anywhere lately. Okay. I don't want you to get cut, lady. You're really... Oh my God, no. Okay, I'm going to use something that isn't sharp so that I can finish this up. What do I got? Pencil? Not my preferred tool for this, but... Don't rip. Thank you. Oh, yeah, that's exactly why. Anyway, yeah. Probably going to do a rehash of that Jason. I might finish the one that's there, but yeah. And let's get to it. What's up, Cirilla? Looks like you're the one hosting right now. Oh, you're not going to leave me to it, are you? Nope. Maybe I should draw you. It's an idea, isn't it? I do have cat designs that were done, but I haven't even uploaded them yet. I do still have some things to upload to my Redbubble store, but I spent the whole day basically posting. I don't even know how many pieces of artwork it was. I lost count. That's fine. I'll use the pencil to do this. So, yeah. Oh, come on, Rill. Don't start eating it now. Thank you. Oh, well. Anyway, I just finished putting in an order for some new products, too. I'm going to dabble in acrylic prints, And what's the other one? Oh, canvas prints, of course. I'm going to try that out again. And just see how they go. Nothing too fancy, but just enough for the line of food. As Stuff Wilson always says, put booze out and people will start coming in. I don't know that that's true, but I trust Steph to a certain extent. Hey, Rel, you're going to wind up suffocating over there. Anyway. Oh, this is something new, too. I do have to change the the opacity on these lines for the next printing, but I now have a mailing list pad that also instructs you to take my free bookmarks and stickers, and it has a QR code where you can sign up to the mailing list from the what are you doing over there, lady? Okay. She's got her head like buried underneath the all right. Gonna let me work? Maybe? No? I don't know. Come on down, lady. All right, cool. Yeah, I didn't like the previous Jason. Some people did. But I'm gonna do another one. Why not? Maybe we're just into that theme. Whatever will keep me going during these live stream pieces. I see Raphael shared my art sale. I know I put up a lot of pieces, but for anybody that's watching, if I just sell like even 2 pieces and get a commission out of this week, that'll be cool. If it goes bigger than that, I'll be very happy. But, I'm hoping to move a couple. It's been a strange year in that way, right? I would say I've broken, and it's a little bit early. I wanted to announce this toward the end of the year because it's already official, but I've broken just about all my previous records this year. Per show I've done, with the exception of 2. It's been the best year for just about all of them. It's the most shows I've done. It's the most money I've made at shows. It's the most pieces of artwork I've completed in a year. It's just been a lot of records set. Probably less so on the publications that's happened, but but the one thing I didn't do is I didn't sell a lot of original art, which was strange. Last year I did, but this year I really tripled down on some of that, and it did not go as well as predicted. But the year's not over yet. Holidays are coming up. Hopefully some people will check out that art sale I got going. That one right there. Anyway, no, I don't want to just maybe at the end I'll pull it up again. It was at the beginning of the video. So, I didn't even get to touch anything creative today. So it's good that I'm able to do this right now because it was all spent on taking pictures of all the artwork, which I don't feel I take very good pictures of my stuff. And then, posting it. Every hour I posted a new set of stuff. So it took a lot. Getting the posts together, getting them all set up, all the images with the prices on them and everything. It took a bit of time. Took a lot of energy today. Felt like a productive but unproductive day at the same time. Anyway. Jason again because I didn't like the first one. You know what though? He's gonna look too animated looking like that. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. No. Jason's much more stoic. The thing is, I don't want to completely rehash that image, but I do feel like I could just do a better version. I almost thought about wearing that shirt today, but I didn't. I just gonna zoom in on this for a second, right? What is it? Just do the solo layout. I bought this new t-shirt that's Ernest Goes to Camp Crystal Lake. Yeah, well, doing horror shows, you start finding some really great horror merch. So, just adding to my collection now. Ooh, I got an idea for this one. I could set it apart a little bit. Breaking my rule. I'm not supposed to start at the head. Yeah, I got this. Okay. That head's going to be too big. That's why we didn't start with it. Or maybe I should do that weird looking cabin, like the wall and everything. Wow. A lot of people liking the live stream. I just realized I put it in his left hand, but I don't know that Jason is left-handed. That's a good question. Never really paid. Oh my God. Hi, Cyrilla. Never really paid attention. Oh, Nothing like a banner of a kitty's body at the bottom of the screen. Right, lady? Yes. Oh my God. Beth. Thank you. Well, go after that. That's the it's the eraser that you just lost on me now. It's a good thing I come prepared. Oh my God. Yes, Cirilla. How are we doing? How are we doing, Cirilla? Okay. I think we got this locked in. Yes. 15 minutes and nothing drawn, and a cat harassing me. Awesome. What's up? Oh, now you've covered the entire camera. You know that, right? No. What would you know about it? What would you know about going live and people having to watch you just cause havoc? Nothing. You just want kisses and pets and scratches and everything else, right, Cirilla? Yes. What's up? Oh, yeah. What's up? Yeah, you're really sweet a lot of the times. That's true. Can't help it. Hey, Rob Scully. Is that your cat or your dog? I'm not actually sure. You might have mentioned it before, and I feel like a terrible person for not remembering. Well, you know, I know it's taken me forever with Stephen King's shortest book, but one of them, but Harry's pretty good. Obviously, I can't read right now. Cirilla's usually pretty good about letting me read. Cat, you have an olive Russian blue. Oh. That's awesome. Meet a lot of cat people. We're like our own little club. Cat people. And I fall into both because I grew up around dogs, but I think I've said it before. Off stream, mom's allergic, so growing up, she's less allergic to cats. I mean, to dogs, so dogs were okay. Oh my God. Nothing like a floofy tail in the face. I don't want to like accidentally punch you. Could you let me like just, oh my God, just let me erase. I don't want it to hurt if my knuckle like just beams you in the head. You're not going to get bored anytime soon, are you? Nope. What's up? Oh, yeah. That looks a lot better. What's up? What are you doing? What are you doing, Cirilla? What are you doing? You're going to start putting like a cutout of your face on the live stream. Like, you know. So what book are you on to now, Rob? If you don't mind me asking. Also, shout out to author Frank DeStefano, who showed me that they make strawberries and cream Dr. Pepper. Delicious. Oh. All it took, one drink of Dr. Pepper. And she decided it was time to go. I think you had mentioned that before. I could be mistaken. You mentioned a lot of books. I assume you're liking it since you wish you could be. That's all right. I get it well enough. Okay. Well, I was going to say, I assume it's good since you want to be reading it right now. Super hairs. Oh, it's the worst. Google.com. Okay. Ooh. Right. Drive Your Plow Over the Bones of the Dead by Olga Tokarz. Another fun read. I can't keep up. You got so many, Rob. I'm sure I've asked this before. How many do you read at once? Like, how many different books do you have going at once? Oh, God. Okay. Okay. Trying to find good reference for some of this stuff. Can't seem to find it. Hey, James, I'm doing well. I'm doing all right over here, I think. I think I am. I'm not really sure. No, I'm doing all right. How are things going with you, James? 2 to 5 with library books I have to return. They go to the top of the to be read pile. Wow. A lot to keep going at once, Rob. I don't know how you do it. I can't. It's hard for me to do 2 at once, even just because, I don't know. If I'm reading 2 fiction books at once, I feel like I'll get the plots confused or whatever, if that makes any sense. Gearing up for Thanksgiving. Yeah, me too. Although I don't have to do much but eat. There's been years where I've cooked and years where I haven't. So more years than not, though, I don't cook. Ellen Datlow edits a great horror short story annual, so that's a great option for me. Could be. It very well could be. Mm-hmm. I like short fiction not because it's short, but because it's like all the fat's trimmed out of it and it's very succinct. But it does help when you're trying to get through books and don't have a lot of time to read more short fiction. It also helps when you're trying to write stories and you don't have a lot of time. You can write short fiction. I don't know. They're very different beasts, novels and short fiction. I don't know why I can't seem to get that right. Could have boxed all this out a lot better than I did. Breaking so many rules right now and how to start a drawing. All right, so yeah, if that is there, then this would be, it makes some sort of sense, sure. Okay. Actually, so what does everybody do for Thanksgiving? Since James brought it up and I seem to be lacking on recognizing the holiday on the live stream that happens only 2 days before it. For my American audience, which is mostly everyone. Stay home, yeah? Do you cook or anything, Rob? Your daughter or daughters come over? I wish I could stay home. What a comfortable day that would be. But no, I actually don't. Believe it or not, I used to not like Thanksgiving as a kid. And as an adult, I love it. I really do. I also like Christmas, despite the new profile pic I have. But yeah, I just kind of I don't know. I used to think it was a difficult. I used to think it was a boring holiday when I was a kid, and now as an adult, I feel like it's a very no BS holiday. You started writing a new story, Shenzo. I believe I'm pronouncing that right, or Shenzo. And the White Wonder Box of Scrolls. It may wind up being a novel length. Well, I hope you're happy with how it turns out. And I'll be looking forward to it. Of course, I still have to read your other 2 books, James. It's a problem. I need to get to them. Like a lot of things, but I don't know. This year was very heavy on fan art to get more stuff, more attention on the work, and to maybe drum up some sales a little bit. But hopefully next year I'll be back onto regular projects, and I might have a little bit more time for reading because I'll still be creating a lot of artwork, but I don't think I'll be doing it quite at the otherwise breakneck speed I've been trying to produce it at this year. Your son and daughter-in-law can't talk today. Your son and daughter-in-law are cooking, and Susan and I will be eating. Well, that's good. I'll be eating too, actually. Sorry, Rob, I missed that. So your oldest is 165 miles round trip. She's in Tom's River. You're not driving. Really? Yeah, I guess it's a bit of a drive. I don't know. Distance is starting to become very relative to me now, to how far and long I travel for shows. I have a show I'm doing next week. No show this weekend. Thank God I have a week off. I mean, I love doing them, but it is nice to have a week off. A friend of mine told me today that maybe it's a good thing, especially since it's Thanksgiving weekend. But yeah, I just, and she's probably right. But, yeah, what is it? Oh, right. The show that I'm traveling to is a short distance. It's like an hour and 45 minutes, roughly. So, I don't know. Tom's River these days doesn't sound so far to me, but I totally get it. There was a time where it would have been. And you're a little bit further away from it, I think, than I am, Rob. I don't remember exactly where in New Jersey you live, but I think it's out west from where I am. Yeah. So, well, it all sounds like good plans from everyone. I'm going to be more similar to James in the sense that I'll be going to my parents' place. I don't know if my sister-in-law is making anything. Our family friend, who is the mother of a friend of mine that died years ago. And we always had spent holidays together. He was more like a cousin than a friend, but just not by blood, obviously, not by marriage either. No legal distinction of cousin there. But anyway, yeah, she might be coming in making something, but mostly my mom's doing the cooking and my dad. Although I am right now holding their turkey for them because they don't have room in their fridge at home. So it is defrosting in my significantly smaller refrigerator in my apartment. There was one year where I cooked it for them because it was just gonna, something was going on. I forget, and it was just easier if I took it here and I cooked it. You know what? I've only cooked a turkey twice, but I've done a pretty good job with it both times. Okay. I'm going to stop fiddling with this so much. Get him moving. All right, so the only thing is, yeah, it would be more like that. All right. Okay, so let's go. Yeah, I know. for all my tools over here. Okay. Despite the way this started, I'm feeling a lot more comfortable today than I was last week. Maybe the lack of a convention this weekend is helping me. I assume everybody does the traditional turkey thing, but either of you guys do anything different? Or our silent number 3 on the live stream right now. We've always done turkey. I think there were only a couple. Oh, right. I'm forgetting about the years that my dad's father used to take us out. Because he wanted to save my mom the trouble of cooking, which she didn't mind doing. Those were some interesting Thanksgivings. But yeah. Technically, we still had regular Thanksgiving meal then. I just think everyone would rather have been home than at the restaurant. Oh my God. Speaking of my sister-in-law, hey Leslie, are you making anything on Thanksgiving? We were just talking about it. Like Thanksgiving and what people are doing. I mean, you don't have to be. This isn't to put you on the spot. I was just curious. I've talked about you a couple of times on my live stream, Les. I've talked about your Lucky Little Loops once or twice. Your crochet business, which sold very well at Salem because she did a couple of pieces that we shared commission on at the table. And yeah, I was mentioning that I didn't know if you were making anything for Thanksgiving. I was just curious if you, you're going to make the sweet potato casserole. Oh, any chance of, I know it's getting very, very late into this. You can all be here for a discussion between me and my sister-in-law. Any chance you're going to make that chocolate pecan pie? Because that's like the best. Oh, good. Funny that it just came up as I was saying it. Well, if you do, I'll be grateful. Mom was going to make pumpkin pie cheesecake and she's abandoned it. Yeah, I saw the above comment. Oh my God. Yeah, your comments come slower than my reactions to them, unfortunately, even if you post them in real time. Yeah, sounds like her. Yeah, I really wish she was making it. She wants to make it for Christmas, and I would rather have trifle or bread pudding for Christmas, or the ooey gooey thing that turned out so good from What is that? Liberty Square. That's the only thing I can remember. Yeah, I know. It came out so good. Yours did too. Both. You have to combine your efforts and make like an ultimate version. You'll see if you do that for Christmas again. Okay, dueling ooey gooeys. I'm happy with that. James, Lonnie have a turkey-like bird called Guna. I later found out that word is very similar to the Cherokee word for turkey. Just a coincidence. That's funny though. It's interesting when stuff like that works out. But also on the other hand, I'm always afraid to. That's another thing that holds me up, James, with conlanging, is I'm always afraid that I'm gonna inadvertently make a slur or a curse word in another language be like just a normal word in one of my languages, and then it'll go over like as the saying used to go, like a fart in church, like it would just make a terrible there'd be a terrible response to it. It happened with the game Elden Ring, incidentally. I forgot which character it is, but it's actually their name is either exactly or close to a slur, and I think it's one of the Spanish languages or dialects. Your piece now. Got to crochet and need my hands. Keep up the good work. Thank you. You can always just watch. You don't have to actually. You could just like watch and listen while you crochet. But I'm sure you want to watch Mulan or something for like the 80th time. My sister-in-law is a Disney adult. No shame. I have friends also that are big-time Disney adults. Yeah, nice one. Well, yeah, have a good time with your crocheting, and I will see you in 2 days. There you go, everyone. A drop-by appearance by my sister-in-law. Episode 19 of Live with JMD will now have that just like there for the whole world to see, as long as the internet exists. Q Hayashida draws great Slaughterfest gore in her Doro Hedoro series. Shin makes Freddy Jason look like Mr. Rogers. I don't know about Mr. Rogers, but I get your point. Yeah. I think Doro Hedoro sounds familiar. It do. But maybe it was just mentioned offhand in a conversation with somebody once. Maybe it was you, Rob. Could have been. I promise I won't draw Jason next week. Well, you know what? I'm not going to promise. I don't know. But chances are I won't draw Jason next week. I just feel like I don't like that first one, despite the fact that other people do like it. And I felt like I needed to do an encore. Not that I've run out of ideas. In fact, I almost thought about drawing Red Sonja today, because apparently it's like what, the 40th anniversary of her creation, the comic version, I guess. right? Well, let's see. That would make it 1960. Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, the comic version. So I see the Red Sonja account posting about her. It's funny because I was never a fan necessarily of Red Sonja growing up. Never read the comics or whatever, but when I started getting interested in female warrior types, it's one of the few comic characters that has a fantasy spin that I could find, And so that, more than any inspiration thing, is why sometimes I will use the shorthand of Chadiana as like an Indian Red Sonja. It's not, honestly, Red Sonja wasn't a inspiration for her, but I could see how that would be like an easy equivalent. But yeah, that got way off. Oh, right, because I said that I was thinking about drawing Red Sonja today. I was. I really was. But I decided, you know what, save it for another day. I just put up 2 Red Sonja pieces. There was one Red Sonja piece that I did not put up. And that's because at the moment I just want to keep it. Which was not my plan with any of the fan art pieces I did, but I just really liked the one headshot I did a lot. And for now, she is going to stay with me. That happens sometimes, and then eventually I may get to the point where I want to get rid of her. Or not. I did something really goofy with that hand. And now here we are. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So yeah, there we go. Do 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 do. Anyway, just partway through this, besides all these getting marked down 30% off for this week, if anybody wants a commission this week, maybe think about it. I got a 25% off sale on, what is that, commissions, 30% off on all the artwork that I posted. How you doing, Anibal? Anibal Arroyo, the writer, creator, artist of Little Steve's Closet. One of the, I think, was it second or third? I don't know. You were in there. One of the first people to come into Darkfire Press when I opened it up to other creators. Luis was first. I know that because Luis just immediately sent me an email when he saw it. Oh, of course. I try to give everybody a shout out on these when I can. But you're welcome. Yeah. Go check out his book. If you guys, have any young children in your family or amongst your friends, Honeyballs, Little Steve's Closet. It's a picture book kind of in the vein of Where the Wild Things Are, but it's about dinosaurs. And it's, what kid doesn't love dinosaurs? Every kid's got their favorite. Some kids are like obsessed with them. I remember some of my friends really being into them. I like them. Tyrannosauruses, though, before I knew what goofy species that was. You picked up the 1977 copy of Red Sonja that Frank Throne drew. Yeah, it has a similar lead into the story, right? And that's not for anything. It just was one of the first things that I guess sort of recognized. But good stories often have similar elements, So yeah, I would definitely check out his current children's book. I don't want to put him on the spot here, but I would love it if he would do another book with Darkfire Press. But right now, I know he's very involved in what is it, Dark Form, I think. So, yeah, I don't know as much about that project because I'm not involved in it, but I know it's a team of people. And Honeyball, if I'm not mistaken, you're the anchor on that one, right? Oh, really? It was based on a Brady Bunch episode. Well, Steve's Closet he's talking about, of course. Not Dark Form, because that's not his property. He's working on it with some other people. Well, that's interesting. I didn't. Well, not to point it out, you're a little bit older than me. So I was not really a Brady Bunch watcher, but then again, there were some things I watched in reruns. Just Brady Bunch didn't happen to be one of them for whatever reason. Only thing I really knew about the Brady Bunch was a little bit of pop culture stuff that was around, and then that movie they made in the 90s. Which I'll tell you, I do remember one or two adults being a bit indignant about the fact that, some of us in grade school were like, oh, yeah, the Brady Bunch. And they're like, you don't know the Brady Bunch. You think that movie that they're putting out has anything to do with it? It's like, all right, man, just calm down. Just a little bit. It's fiction. Who cares? It doesn't have to be the same Brady Bunch you grew up with. Little message to you Star Wars fans out there. Doesn't have to be the same you grew up with. Anyway, sorry. Now I'm going to get political. I picked up the 19... Yeah, I read that already. I don't know Frank Throne's work, but, obviously I do since I know the character Red Sonja, but I'm not as familiar with some of his stuff. I'm a terrible comics guy because, pre-90s, there's not a lot of stuff that I know. Sometimes just because it gets referenced a lot. I mean, of course, I know, Jack Kirby, but and some other artists. But, if you ask me what they worked on, not a clue. And this is why, again, I've said it to a couple of people in private. It's why, I don't know, I seem to be better and more comfortable at a horror convention. I can talk up and down of everything from the silent film era to at least the early 2000s. There's not a lot of modern horror stuff that I really know too well. Some stuff. Oh, well, yeah, I mean, I am familiar with, okay, so I'm familiar with the name. I don't know that I really read any of Romita's stuff on Spider-Man. So my brother was collecting Spider-Man, and I was collecting Ghost Rider. I was collecting Ghost Rider at the tail end of Mark Teixeira's run, and still while Howard Mackey was the writer on it. And while I've gotten to meet Howard Mackey, and I think he's a very nice guy, I don't want to offend him by saying that when I was a kid, unfortunately, I wasn't paying attention to the writers that much. So, I mean, of course, I was reading the stories and enjoying them, right? But I was more paying attention to the artists. And, I guess that says something to how the general public does consume its comic books. But yeah, I was reading Ghost Rider and then eventually Spawn. So whatever he was getting for Spider-Man, and he was reading The Amazing Spider-Man. Mostly, he didn't collect the other ones. That's the little bit that I read was that stuff, I always had an interest in like just the obscure stuff, There were probably other characters I could have gotten into, but I just didn't, And it trailed off because at some point, I don't know, I just wasn't as interested in superheroes anymore. But it changed again a little bit, I guess. No, not really. I don't know what I'm saying, but sorry, I'm looking for a particular set of tools that I seem to have misplaced. Yeah, but so there's a lot of stuff that I kind of missed out on just by the fact that I wasn't really interested in it. But that's nice. Somebody I met at a comic show just got like a Barnes and Noble signing and reading she's doing. I was next to her and her husband at Rhode Island. Right. So what was I saying? Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I missed. Now I'm trying to catch up a little bit. Oh, I did read Batman occasionally, especially Nightfall. Really got into Azrael for a bit after he was no longer Batman. You remind me of the line from Beetlejuice. I am interested in the strange and unusual because I myself am strange and unusual. I mean, I knew somebody that described themselves that way, but Beetlejuice was one of my favorite movies when I was growing up. So it's not. It's probably a good comparison, I don't know, and it's weird because I just, and I'm not saying that this is the case for anyone, right? That they like jump on the bandwagon of everything that's popular, but I just like what I like. I've always been like that. I really could give a rat's butt what anybody is into, But that doesn't mean like I wouldn't have a conversation with you. I'm not being dismissive of what anybody likes, but a popular property or a popular idea doesn't have to appeal to me. Just like, if nobody likes something, it doesn't mean I can't. Which is why I always say, like, it's just so subjective with art and what people find is good or not. And, also, even if I don't like something, it has value because somebody likes it. Except for The Fifth Element. I'm sorry, I can't get into it. I don't know what anybody sees in that movie. My brother loves it. I hate it. Just about everything about it. Nobody that was involved in it personally, just the movie, It's not that crazy here. I'm really still trying to figure out where I got to get more organized in this. It grew on you? Well, good for you. I'm glad it did. I've seen it about 3 times. No, it's okay. We all have typos, right? even when I'm writing, right, and I'm doing it by hand, you know how many things I misspell or I drop a letter or something like that? Happens all the time. Staff, now, don't you get all uppity. Everything on this table I am willing to sell. And they're marked down to $52.50 instead of $75 because we're in the 30% off sale right now. And while I'm in the middle of this, I got a friend texting me. I got my printer trying to get in contact with me. And now you're starting all kinds of shit, Steph. We just don't have time for it. I'm lively tonight. It's because I've actually gotten some sleep. I don't have to run off to another convention. And I did Alton's Vampires of New Jersey convention. Great convention. Alton's great, but it was one day. I got to sleep in. Carrie has one rule. Sell it all. I'm trying to type while working on Smart. That's actually good, you know? It's excusable that you had some typos in there. It's fine. I don't even mind. Carrie Ann has one rule, sell it all. And sorry, I didn't miss it. What's up, Jan? What's up, Luis? Or Lewis? I always put that. I always say this. Gotta say it publicly for like the probably 30th time at this point, for whatever reason. And I always preface this with saying I grew up with a kid named Jorge, right? But I always call Luis, and I call Jorge George. But when I talk to other people, you know, they're like, oh, Luis and Jorge for George Medina, Luis Cruz being the Starkfire Press reunion. Luis is the writer of The Day They Made Contact and Fuel of Life, and hopefully additional stories coming from him. I'm getting a little distracted right now. It's not because of everybody's commenting. My phone's going off at the same time. But yeah, you know, check out Lewis's stuff. It's also on darkfirepress.com. Good time to drop this in here. Where are we? We got it over here. Darkfirepress.com, where we have all your reading needs, you know. We got sci-fi, horror, fantasy, children's books, comics, novels. Didn't know this was going to be a sales show, did you? No. God, I don't know what I did with that. I have a canvas pack with my colored inks in there, so I can do that background in blue. People read. Steph, as someone who's done over 300 covers, you should know that people read. I love you, Steph. You're great. I'm sorry if I'm picking on you. It's because you're picking on me. You already started it with the 6,000 posts or whatever you said. I think the biggest number you put out was 247. You have to sell things to have a sales show. I know that. That's why there's so many pieces there. And I've been trying to sell those pieces all year. I can't help that nobody's been looking through my portfolios, or if they do, they're not out there buying artwork. Everybody's been buying prints and books, which I'm not going to argue with. I'm happy about it, but I sold more original art last year. I did more commissions this year. Okay, that's something. Taking it down. Sorry. I hope you guys aren't getting all frustrated with me. Well, you have a good night, Anibal. You too, Luis. Bougie prices, 30% off. Steph, yeah, commissions are good. But the unfortunate things about commissions is I can't make prints out of them because somebody paid for an original that they want that is exclusive to them. I only have one person that gets commissions from me regular that has made the blanket statement that anything I wanted to turn into a print I could, but I just... Oh, you're sticking around. You were just saying goodnight to Anipa, so sorry to see him go. That guy is like 15 minutes for me, 20 minutes. I gotta see him more often. We have weird work schedules. Yeah, commissions are good though. I'm happy with them. Commissions are 25% off. 30% is the absolute biggest discount I can give and still make decent money off of it. And I'm only doing it because the first time I've done a online sale of my work. I don't know that anyone will ever see a 30% discount again. Not like this, not on this level. A lot of people are okay with prints on a commission. Yeah, well, I like to ask first. I know that some people are not okay with it. They think it's neat. Well, I got to meet your fans. Well, I need more people to get commissions. Not saying that everybody has to, right? There's 6 people watching right now. I don't want anyone to ever feel pressured to do anything. Nobody ever has to back my Patreon. They don't have to buy anything from me. You know, but it helps. You know, I won't lie. If there's more people that are interested in my work, of course. You would love to see my rendition of your Alien. Oh, Abrago? Is that how you... I don't know if that's how I pronounce it. I've only seen it written out. Abrago. I can try her out. Not tonight because we only have 45 minutes left, but possibly next week. Red Sonja or Abrago. And I still got to do a Gobbler's sketch cover. That could have gone on the sale. Well, poops. Why do you hate commissions? Oh, well, no, I get it. It's much easier when you have to, when you just get to draw whatever you want, right? But I like taking commissions. You know why? Commissions challenge me to do something that I might not have done before. And sometimes, every once in a while, a decent idea comes out of it. In fact, I once saw someone might have stolen my idea. Booked for stay. Baltimore. Did I do New Jersey Horror Con at the Expo at all? Sorry, I have to answer a text. I did. You know what I have to do? I have to get a camera for my live streams so that I can just answer text. Sorry for all of you that have to sit there for that. Challenges just hold up production. See, Carrie, I get it. But you know what? Oof, we're getting into loaded. really want to find this bag of supplies. We're getting into loaded topics here, but I feel like when I was just drawing whatever the hell I wanted, right? The way I wanted it to, nobody was really that interested. It's like every once in a while you tell me stuff, you don't even know the characters that I draw. That's okay though. I can remain with the obscure stuff. Yeah, I get that it holds up. But it does make me better. Scully, I was reading that at the same time. Thank you, Steph. You have a great night. If I don't talk to you in the next couple of days, I hope you and Carrie Ann have a good Thanksgiving. You have a good night too, and enjoy your Thanksgiving, Rob. Happy reading. Also, yes, I do draw weird things. What of it? All right. You too, Steph. I don't think this Jason is getting finished. I gotta move on here. All right. Let's give him the old color wash. It's not fair to have this man sitting here with nothing going on for him. Guy's been through enough. Picked on, drowned. Mother was beheaded. Talking about Jason Voorhees, of course, not Steph Wilson. Don't conflate those two statements. Don't conflate that with referring to him, since he was just on screen before. All right, what do we got? Pinkish purple jumpsuit again? Yeah, we're going with the 8-bit. Again. This is part 2 in the 2-part 8-bit Jason series. It's not quite the right purple. A little bit of this one. I think that's a little bit better. Nope. Work fast when you are doing watercolors, people. It's your friend. Oh, yeah, I think that's the one. Like I've said on live streams past, I usually do it just like a digital colorist does it. I lay down flats, and I go in with the really messing that one up. Trying to show off too much. Then I go in with the values later. And when I'm feeling more comfortable and confident, I like using a bigger brush because I can get thin lines and thick lines with it. And when I'm really feeling good about coloring, I'm not so worried that everything is perfectly in the spot it's supposed to go on. I didn't do a wash this time. I usually do. That is true for anybody that's like, what? You did this one differently. Maybe nobody noticed, but I'm pointing it out. Not a big deal. I didn't like how some of those colors came out with the wash last time. Anybody wants to see what's going on over there? I feel like, yeah, like the watercolor tray should be somewhat in camera, right? Oh yeah, you didn't know that? You didn't know that, Luis? I watercolor my comic pages. like a psycho. Be right back. That's fine, James. You didn't even need to let me know, but I appreciate that. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Have you picked up any of my comics? And that's not. I don't get upset about this. This might be a perfect time for me to mention that. See, this is all Cirilla hair in there. Um, Hope nobody that buys my art is allergic to cats. I can't promise. It's like somebody with a peanut allergy that, like, they order from a restaurant may contain trace peanuts. My artwork may contain trace dander of cat. And right. So I was saying, this isn't a criticism in any way, and it's worth stating. I don't expect my friends to be supporters of my artwork. I think I used to feel that way, but I don't necessarily, and I don't necessarily think that just because I get along with somebody that means the type of art or writing I do is going to be for them. They may eventually come around and decide to try it, like Luis is graciously stating that he wants to. But yeah, and sometimes people come in for different reasons. Like, there are people that like my novels. There are people that really enjoyed the still on a very long hiatus Gentleman Cthulhu. They're not necessarily going to be into everything I do. Maybe they will. Maybe they'll try it out eventually. But yeah, I never take it personally if, like, somebody hasn't supported a book or bought a book yet, because it's not necessarily everybody's cup of tea. So that's right. If you are a friend or fan of mine and you haven't checked out every single work I've done, it's no big deal. I would like you to, of course, but if you haven't, it's not the end of the world, and it's not the end of my world either. It's quite all right. I mean, look, I wrote a children's book. I can't expect every adult. There's a perfect example, although it's not the only example. But I wrote a children's book. I can't expect every adult in the room who likes my stuff to want to pick up the children's book for themselves, right? Some adults like to read children's books. Some don't. No big deal. And some of my fans aren't comic fans, and some of my fans aren't novel fans. It's just, I get it. Some of them aren't reading fans at all, so they like to get artwork. It's a whole gamut of possibilities out there. And if eventually you're like Luis and you decide you're going to come around and finally read something of mine, by all means, I'm not going to stop you. Whew. Anyway, yeah. Oh, wait a second. Why is that like that? No, it's going to kick me out. I know it is. Don't do it. Don't. Oh, it stayed. It stayed. Getting tingly feelings over those Jasons. They are $52.50 now, Phil, instead of $75. We're in the 30% off sales. Hannah, how you doing? Hannah's an old student. She was in my first Art 3 class. And arguably the last, because then it became, then we had the COVID year, the year after, so I didn't get to quite finish with that class for the year. And then when we came back, I think it was, there wasn't any Art 3, and then it was Honors Art. And now I'm not at the school, so I'm on a leave of absence. You're good. That's great. I'm doing pretty good. it's good to sort of see you. I'm glad you tuned into my live stream. It's always nice when somebody new comes in. I feel like I've missed you at a couple of events that Galasso, the other art teacher, for anybody that's not in the know, held, you know. But yeah, you still working hard, playing sports. I mean, I could be wrong. I know you're probably not doing the art stuff, but maybe you are. It would be nice if you were, but no, you should though. Now, because of the delayed responses, I don't know if that it was in reference to the sports or the artwork. Oh, you're still playing volleyball. Okay, well then that's the answer. It was the artwork. No, that's cool. I wish I had followed through with my desire to get back into a martial arts school, but I don't know. I think a lot of it just has to do with how I feel about the martial arts community and finding a school that I just feel good at. But, you know, I will get there. I actually started to get down to the weight that I wanted to, and then I started working too hard again. Wow. So, playing volleyball for school, or you're doing it as more of a, I don't want to say recreational, semi pro? I don't know what you would call it. Because I know you took it seriously, so I don't want to downplay it. I miss you too, Hannah. That, I'm not supposed to say favorites ever, but that Art 3 class definitely was the special one. Like the whole class. Yeah, just for fun. You can definitely downplay it. No, not necessarily. Some people take that stuff seriously. You ever go bowling with friends in a league? Oh my god. That's how I started hating bowling. Because I didn't want to take it seriously. And then, you know, there I was with people that were punching machines and throwing balls and shoes. And I was just like, you know what? This is just way too much anger for a sport that, you know, arguably somebody could be drunk and still play it. So anyway, not that I ever did. And that's true. I never did that. You still play competitive though in tournaments. That's cool. Nice to see that you're keeping up with it. It's always good to have outlets, physical outlets, and mental outlets, and I don't want to say spiritual because I'm not that type of person, but some people do use that. Something for your mind and emotions, both, you know, definitely. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, you know, just for your information, Hannah, I do this every Tuesday night. It was getting a little bit uneven for a while, but yeah, I definitely because you know I was moving the dates a couple of times, but yeah, every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern until 10 o'clock, I am live streaming. It's not quite like a class, but you know, depends on the night. I'm not going to be standing on tables or anything. That would not make for good content. You'll try to tune in more often. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. A lot of people come in and just like hang out, talk about random stuff. I answer questions, I respond. Sometimes I go off on weird tangents, but you're used to that. Yeah, the only thing I won't be doing is standing on tables, but you'd only see like my feet and the bottom of my legs on the camera. Welcome back, James. Yeah, it was. Actually, it's the only time I ever did it. I think I tried the next year, but I don't know. That class didn't have the same. They were good. They were definitely good. I liked my second Art 3 class, but it was a different vibe. When I stood on the table the first time to get their attention, I don't think they knew what to do, and I just thought, well, wrong crowd for this one. We're just going to stop that now. And then I started feeling like maybe I was going to break the table if I tried getting up on them again. So I stopped doing it. Yeah, they definitely were. You guys were chaos, but good chaos. So it's hard to believe now. That was. Wait a second. I'm really going to sound terrible if I don't remember this. That would have been 2018, 2019. Yeah. 5-6 years ago, right? Something like that. My maths might be a bit off. But yeah, it was a memorable year, memorable class. Actually, without dropping your name, am I married yet? No, I'm not married, Hannah. But I have a cat. So, that's something. But that's more like having a kid or a roommate. I've said this a few times. Pets are like roommates that don't speak English. You kind of just have to figure out how to understand each other without communicating with words. And they're also aliens in the sense that, you don't have the same. Yeah, cats are better sometimes. No, what was I? Yeah, I do tell a story about your portfolio review at the end of the year, though, a lot. Because I think it's a great analogy to the difference between how I teach versus how a student understands me. Because I don't know if you remember this story, but you said sometimes you felt like it was hard to understand exactly what I wanted. You too, Luis. Have a good night. And you're just saying, it wasn't a criticism. You were just like, sometimes you don't always explain things. And I said, well, if I told you to get in your car and go in the senior parking lot and drive up and down the lot back and forth, and then you went and did that, but you decided that you were going to swerve back and forth and hit every car on the way up and down the lot. Technically, you did what I asked you to, but I wouldn't have thought to explain to you that you weren't supposed to like hit every car going back and forth up and down. Not that you would do something like that, but yeah, I remember explaining it to you that way. That, like, from my perspective, there was just stuff that I didn't know I had to mention. But it's weird in that capacity being a teacher, because sometimes you don't learn what people are struggling with until they tell you, and sometimes you take stuff for granted that you think somebody should know. Teaching is a learning process. Definitely. Hmm. What do you think, Cirilla? Am I going to finish them? You do kind of remember that. Yeah, well, it's been a few years. I remember it because it was, for me, it was a profound moment figuring out, like, what the perspective was from the student side. Yeah. You think you just overthink too much. Welcome to the club. That's why I made a sticker that says stop overthinking and just create. Oh, it's another thing that's over there somewhere. Oh, I'll get it just real quick. Keep them company, Sarah. Oh, what do I do? Oh, no, it's over here. Somewhere. Or maybe not. I swear I wrote it listening. Oh, I'll just bring the whole thing. Those stickers with us. Too much dead air time. Oh my god. I just found the canvas bag. It's right in my all right. I will see you. I was just about to unveil that overthinking one. Yeah. That's the sticker. Really good one to have. You might be able to order them online soon, and not just when I'm at a convention. Oh, thanks. You have a good night, Hannah. I will see you maybe on the next one. Canvas bag. This is what I was looking for. Colored pens. Well, here we are. He's already painted. And I didn't get the colored pens before. It's all right. Moving on. Anyway, while he's drawing, there were some fixes I wanted to make with this one. So, oh my god. Oh, I did it again. Phone's about to run out of battery because I totally forgot to plug it in during the stream. Somebody's supposed to remind me to do that. I thought it was supposed to be you, Cirilla. I thought it was supposed to be you. Anyway. Let's get our Magic Fly acrylic pen. I really got to start asking some of these companies if they'll sponsor videos. I don't care. There are people that are on YouTube and Facebook Live. They're like, no, I don't want to take sponsors. I'll take sponsors, at least for the art supplies that I'm doing. Not, like Better Health or Raid Shadow Legends. Just, if I'm using a Magic Fly acrylic pen, why not have them give me a little bit of that commission money for the advertising I'm doing for them. These are really good. Not to name drop, they were recommended by Mr. Chris Campana himself, pre-Marvel fame. He was like, they're very inexpensive and you get a good amount of colors, if you want to try out acrylic pens. I tend to use them for highlights or for the kind of these highlight shadows. I'm forgetting the terminology. Me, who's always telling students to remember that shadows are not called shades, they're called values. And I can't remember what this is. It's not a form light, it's not a crest light. It's one of the lights, but anyway, yeah. I never used to do them in my art until I got these things, and there's an artist whose work I really like. He goes by, well, it's Maury Evans. I think he's a Korean artist. And he uses these a lot. Oh my God, that's so hard to see on the camera. There you go. So I started incorporating them in. He works digitally. He's probably one of my favorite digital artists. Really good stuff. I don't think he's on Instagram, though. I think he still uses Twitter. Or the app formerly known as Twitter. Yeah, it's a little hard to see on that camera. See, that already to me looks better because it's just giving them a little form. And this was the piece of artwork that I was explaining to James in real time how I go about fixing mistakes. That was last week's live stream. Want to see this coming together in real time? Watch episode 18 after you're done with this one. Go back. Hit that subscribe button so you get turn on your notifications. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Whatever. Anyway. Well, it doesn't look like much on that camera, but when I hold it up closer, you can see that little light a little bit better. It's almost like the reflection off of that 13. And then the only thing I want to do is just add a little bit of highlight on the other side, and then use Gucci. Oh, I got to put black in those holes in his mask, though. Oh, man. Ever since I did it on that Grim Reaper piece months ago, I've really been enjoying these more sharp, jagged marks as my highlight marks. Still always learning and experimenting and finding new tricks and things to do. This needs something a little bit more intense because it is all metal. There was a time where I was only relying on my watercolors to do all the work. I don't know if those were better times or not, but this allows me a little bit more. And I've always liked mixing medias anyway. I would, although for people that know my work, all three of you, I guess I'm best known for the watercolors I do, but I feel like I'm a mixed media artist at heart. I've always liked the idea of just using whatever tool works best to get the effect you want. Some artists think of it as cheating. I think those artists need to get a life. Definitely in a mood tonight. A good mood. I don't joke around like this when I'm in a bad mood. I really must be getting better. I definitely have a little bit more pep in my step tonight. Now I know this is very subtle, or maybe not. Maybe people don't think it is. But now I am much happier with this Jason piece from last week than I was with it last week. Sometimes I just need to add a little bit into it, just to satisfy whatever vague thing I feel is missing. Yeah, sometimes I'll go in with a black colored pencil later too. Darken areas, bring out some of the shadows or outlines. Whatever I can do. Anyway, okay, so, right. Okay, he's pretty dry. Time to get any values over there. All right, much better. I like that better. Now I'm happy with them. I almost didn't have to do this redo. But we're in for a penny, in for a pound now. So let's get to it. 8-bit Jason Voorhees, take 2. Here we go. All right. I know it's an 8-bit game, that Nintendo game, but does it have... Oh, no, I don't want to leave StreamYard. Go to another tab. Jason Voorhees 8-bit. Oh, come on. It's the one thing I hate about Google on this computer. No, 8-bit. No, not really any shadower. No, maybe a little bit of a dark blue. So we're just basically the same thing we had before. No change. Lovely. All right. All right, so let's get to it. Jason Voorhees Oh my god, it's a green floor. I should have looked that up before. I just might finish it in time. What a nice feeling. Shadowing is looking. Ooh, values are looking much better on this one. Shadowing. Now you really have done it. Just using whatever words you want to. This is when I'm having more fun, but I always feel like I'm more free with my brush strokes like this. I get nervous that it's just not as marketable, and then people will steer clear of my art because it doesn't look like the Marvel and DC stuff. I've been getting more self-conscious about that over the years. I just think because of how obscure I am relatively. Maybe I just gotta bite the bullet, change my art style. But then I don't know that I really could. It's not in me to conform that way. Okay. Doodly-doo-doo-doo. Doodly-doo-doo-doo. Don't know what it is. Just always had a little bit of that rebellious streak. Not horribly, but just a little bit. Just enough. Just enough. A very wise artist friend of mine once told me that he really felt like I was more of an independent guy than a mainstream guy. And at the time, it wasn't something I really wanted to hear, but I think he was right. I think he was 100% right. I just didn't understand it at the time. But now I do. And I'm actually happy about it. Right. Cut a little bit there, some of that. Okay. Part 2 in the 8-bit JSON series. All right, wow. This one's getting more attention than usual. Right. And then I just want my cool gray, my special mix. Actually, it's not really a special mix. It's just peacock blue and black mixed together, but that's how I make my neutral color. Because if I use straight black, it just doesn't look right. Not with watercolors, at least. Or acrylics, for that matter. It only really looks good when you're doing inks. Everything else, there should always be a little bit of color in the black. Well, a little bit more needs to be done there, but we're not in bad shape. The only thing is I got to let it dry before I can do that little stuff on there. Like, you know, the other, the white marks and the acrylic and everything. So, yeah, that is going to be the end of this week's live stream. I said it before, I will say it again. All of these pieces, usually I'm doing 75 on them. That might go up. I might start doing them at 100, but for right now, I'm doing them at 75. And, you know, yeah, thanks, James. I'm really enjoying them too. It's a fun time to hang out and just get to draw and chat and stuff like that, or talk to myself, you know, about what I'm doing, which I know some people really do find enjoyable. But yeah, again, like these were 75. They're 52.50 now until the end of the day on Monday, basically at midnight on the 28th. You know, when it turns over to the 28th, they will go back to the original price. But you can get them at a discount right now, as long as all the as well as all the other art that I post on social media. You know, so you can go check that out. There's the graphic again. Let me just hide us for a second. Oh wait, I can't hide me. Oh, I can turn off my camera though. Stop cam. Single thing. There we go. So anyway, yeah, you can check all that out if you wish. You know, not a necessity, but you know, I'm at Instagram at JMD Writist and on Facebook at jmdesantis.writist. Or you know, you can just friend me, whatever. But all my posts are public anyway. You can look at what I've got to offer. Again, you can see right there. Basically, by the time you see me next week, that sale will be over. But if you want to try to grab something or get a commission, this is a really good time to do it and get it at a discount for the holidays. And then, of course, I can get it out to you before whatever holiday you celebrate. I celebrate Christmas, but I know not everybody does. I think Hanukkah is falling around the same time, but I don't know all the traditions. I know that there is some gift giving. But anyway, yeah, whatever you choose. Or if you just want something for yourself. Anyway, that's the end of my sales pitch on this video. I will see you all next week at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, have a great night. I won't be drawing Jason again. We'll have something new, but maybe these will still be here. Maybe they won't. We'll find out. Anyway, have a great night, everyone, and I'll see you next time.